Hello, this is RICKY, the mainstream movie guy. And today, guys, I'm doing my second by request TV connection thing, and this is with the latest Netflix show, Jessica Jones. Now, again, I normally do movies, but I did something in TV, and you guys seem to really like it, so I'm going to do something else, and that is the Jessica Jones Season 1 review. Now, I am a big Marvel fan. As many of you know me, a lot of the reviews I usually do in like my Captain America jacket, I literally have a shield, I have all, so much Marvel stuff, I love it. And the Daredevil series that came before this and Jessica Jones is such a great take on Marvel lore, and Jessica Jones was a really great show and one that I definitely recommend seeing. Now, first and foremost, I think the acting is amazing on this show. I think Jessica Jones, played by Krysten Ritter, was really well acted, very great, and just an overall amazing performance. I thought her acting was very well done. I thought her and Luke Cage had a really great chemistry starting off. If you know the comic lore, they end up together, they have kids and all that kind of stuff. But will that happen in the show? We'll see. Luke Cage is going to have his own show. That'll be the next Netflix show, so that's going to be interesting to see. I really want it to be Luke Cage and Iron Fist show because I want like a buddy kind of cop thing going on. Don't know if they'll give that to us. It might be a Luke Cage standalone, which would be great, don't get me wrong, but I just think that would bring a bit better show if they had both of them together, and then get the Defenders, which will be all of them coming together. So who else was great? The villain. Netflix has given us the two best Marvel villains we have yet to see played out live action, and that is Kingpin from Daredevil. If you have not seen Daredevil, Kingpin was amazing. All I have to say is car door, and you know what I'm talking about. And really, the second one has been Kilgrave, played by David Tennant, and I know he's from the Doctor Who world. I've never seen Doctor Who. I know I haven't, but Kilgrave was such a good villain. He had really a power that's it's terrifying in a sense. When me and my fiance were watching it together, I was like, that really is kind of interesting, because as a villain, he really has to watch anything he says, because if he says anything, that can be taken as command. It's not like he can control it of when it's on and when it's off. It's just always on. So you can't say something like you should hate yourself, because then you will really hate yourself. Like, something as simple as that, like everything you say will be taken into effect. So that was a really interesting villain. Very, very great. I did kind of want to see him become his comic persona, which is called the Purple Man. That is his nickname in the comics, because he's actually all purple. So yeah, I did kind of want to see it, but it was great nonetheless. Trying not to give any spoilers here whatsoever, just trying to give you a little bit of background. And Trish and Jessica's relationship I thought was very good in the beginning, and then they kind of went away from it, and then at the end they were like, oh yeah, we have a really close relationship. And I'm like, wait, I haven't felt this from you two in like half the season, and now you're like sisters again. I felt it was kind of forced, and that was my only problem with Jessica Jones. I felt the ending wasn't its strongest point. I thought building up to the ending was very good, but I thought they did so much build up that the ending could not kind of fit where it should have been with probably the budget they had. They built it up so much, and I felt the ending wasn't as good as it could have been. Now, a lot of people hate one of the characters on this show, and that is Simpson. Will Simpson. And he's a comic book character called Nuke. And we see him go through the beginning of his comic book character as he goes along. And he started off good when he was just, when there was a relationship developed with him and another character in the show. And then he was useless, and he was boring, and he was just annoying and in the way. And that was really just something that I felt was, I do feel he was by far the weakest character. And I don't think it was because of the actor. I thought the actor was still, again, a good actor. Everyone in this show is really good at acting. But he was probably one of the weakest points because of the way he was written. The other one that a lot of people didn't like that I can't find quickly, but the neighbor girl, she was annoying. Robin, she was, I think it was Robin. She was so annoying. She really just, like, I get it, you're supposed to hate her, but she was probably one of the worst parts of the show. Or was it Wendy? I think it was Wendy, actually. Or, no, that was Jerry. No. Jerry was, so Trinity was in this. She was good. But yeah, the neighbor girl, I can't think of her name right now, but she was probably the most annoying part of the show. I definitely would like her to have a minimal role if they do a season 2, or just improve her character. She was probably the worst one. And again, it wasn't for her acting, because I thought, again, she was a good actress. Or she acted well, rather. But just the writing of her character was just like, oh my god, just get rid of her. And I thought that was really all around what we had. Malcolm's character, good actor, kind of useless in the beginning, but it made sense later. And for those who ask, is this a show worth watching? Yes, but I will tell you, for the first 2 to 3 episodes, it is a little bit boring. They build up to it. I wouldn't say the first episode has you hooked, but by the 3rd episode, you're kind of getting hooked in there. Now, some people didn't like it, some people did. I think overall it's been a more positive experience. Some people's complaints are like, oh, she doesn't transition enough, her character is very basic. But overall, I loved the show. I thought it was a great show. I thought it was a very different show. It's not a comic book show. Even though these people all have powers, it's not a comic book show. Like, if you want to get into this comic book thing and you haven't found any of it appealing, try this show. It's really great. It's really a great show. Now, I do want to specify, just in case, different age ranges this is really an adult show, to say the least. This is for adults. Just because of how dark it gets, it probably gets darker than any other Marvel thing you've ever seen, and any other DC thing you've ever seen. This is a really dark show. So just know that it's a very dark show. The things that this girl Hope goes through, everything that happens, it really is a dark show. So just know that right from the get-go. Overall, is it better than Daredevil? So a lot of people have asked that, is it better than Daredevil? I still like Daredevil more, but I liked more of the comic book style. I also thought Daredevil's ending was much better handled than Jessica Jones' ending. Again, the ending is probably, like, the last episode is probably my least favorite out of this entire series for Jessica Jones. However, is it worth watching to get to that? Absolutely. It's completely worth watching. Even though it was anticlimactic, I still thought it was a good series. Therefore, even though the ending is probably weakest to me out of all the episodes, it's still good. So yes, overall, Jessica Jones is great. I still like Daredevil more. However, they're really 2 different style shows, and I think that more people would be appealing to Jessica Jones. If you've never liked any of the comic book stuff you've ever seen, I think Jessica Jones will get you, just because it's a good show. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Did you watch Jessica Jones? Are you going to watch it after this? If you do, please watch it and then leave a comment after to let me know what you agreed and disagreed with overall. Thank you for watching. This has been RICKY, the Mainstream Movie Guy.